Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video about something that really brought me joy and happiness this week, and that was the announcement of the next round of the what's it called? Magical Readathon by Book Roast. So we're gonna get a new round. This is year 3 of the Magical Readathon, but I only participated last year, so I missed the first year, unfortunately. So in April again, we're gonna have the owls, and then I think in August, the newts, and there's probably gonna be something special around December again. This is, I think, the way it has been the last 2 years. So we're starting off with the owls, and this is inspired by the Harry Potter books, obviously, because they have kind of these like final exams that they have to do. So the owls is kind of the first thing. I think they have that in the 5th year, and the newts are in the last year, the 7th year. So how this readathon works is that you have different careers, and so you can choose your career. And for that, you have to do different subjects and have to pass the exam in that subject. And to do that, you have to read a certain book with a certain prompt. So I want to tell you all about my plans for the Magical Readathon because I'm very excited about it. And maybe you need something to be excited about right now, and so I hope I can share that with you. First of all, I want to tell you about the careers that I chose, and then we get into the books. So the easiest career that I chose is the culinary sorcerer. So you're basically like a magical chef. And for that you have to do 4 classes. It's arithmetic, charms, herbology, and potions. Then the next job is a little bit more difficult. It's librarian. And you need 5 books for that. So it's Ancient Runes, Arithmetic, Defense Against the Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfiguration. Then the one that I did last time and that I think I will aim for again is Hogwarts Professor. Last time I chose Ancient Runes as my subject, and I think this year I'm gonna choose potions because I mean, the 3 things I would probably do is Ancient Runes, Potions, and History of Magic. So yeah, so we'll see with the potions. So what you have to do for Hogwarts Professor is to read 7 books. One of those has to be for Defense Against the Dark Arts, and one has to be the subject you're teaching in, and with the other 5 you're completely free to do whatever you want. And then the final career that I'm interested in, it's the hardest one because you have to read 8 books for that, and it is Mind Medic. And for that you need Ancient Runes, Arithmetic, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Muggle Studies, Potions, and Transfiguration. I hope I did my math right. Did I? Okay. So these are the careers that I'm interested in, and luckily they do have quite a bit of overlap, so I have to read 9 books to be able to pursue all of these possible careers, which is not that bad, to be honest. So I guess you can definitely double up on careers if you choose things that are similar, which they probably are because you're interested in them. So I guess if you were going for a completely different career that doesn't fit into your interest that much, you would have like very different prompts, but for me it works out very well. So I only have 9 books to read if I want to be able to pursue all of these careers with the newts. And I'm losing my voice, great! So let's get into the books I chose. Okay, so for Ancient Runes, the challenge is to read a book with a heart on the cover or in the title. For that I chose this book. I don't know if there's an English version. This is called Die Flügel meines schweren Herzens. So Herz is heart in German. And this is a book about poets, like female poets from Arab countries. So I had this book for so long and I've never read it, which is horrible because I was so excited about this. And so this is what I chose for Ancient Runes. Now for arithmetic, the challenge is to read a book that is outside your favorite genre, and for that I chose A Spring Harvest, and this is a poetry collection by Jeffrey Smith. I don't know. I got this for Christmas from a friend, so I don't really read poetry, so I thought this would fit in quite nicely. Also, it's a quick read because, you know, if I want to finish 9 books, I really have to do some quick reads. And it says spring in the title, so I guess it's the perfect time to read this. I don't know. Then for charms, I have to read a book with white on the cover, or white cover rather, and I do have a couple of options for that, but the one that I'm choosing right now, this might change, is Educated. This is the German copy by Tara Westover, so I count this as a white cover. I mean, obviously it has something on it, but the cover itself is white. So yeah, this one I'm very excited about. So with the next one I struggled a little bit. It is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and you're supposed to read a book that is set at sea or at the coast. And for that I decided to go with Brooklyn. This definitely has to do with a girl crossing the Atlantic, which is an ocean. And there's a lot of, you know, coastal stuff on the cover. So this is a historical book about a girl from Ireland who goes to Brooklyn, and it's kind of a love story, but I heard like very problematic things about it. I got this for my birthday, so I want to read it, and I thought maybe, you know, for this prompt this might be good. Then we have Herbology, and for that you are supposed to read a book which has a title that starts with M. And for that I chose Mouse, so this is The Complete Mouse. This is a comic series that deals with the Second World War, I think especially in Poland. So I have been meaning to read this for a while. I even started it once, but then I did not complete it. So yeah, got this from the library and it fits this challenge perfectly. Okay. Again, one that might be a little bit of a stretch, but History of Magic is a book with witches or wizards, and I chose Carry On for that. I wanted to reread this for a while now because I got the Wayward Son sequel, basically, but I wanted to reread Carry On first because Wayward Son is so short that I guess if I'm not really invested in the characters already, I might not enjoy that one so much. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if the people in this book refer to themselves as wizards. In my mind they said mages, but you know, I'm just gonna count it because I don't really have other fantasy books right now that have like definite wizards. The first book that came to my mind for that challenge was Lady Hotspur, but I've just finished that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Carry On. There's people who do magic. This better counts. Then we have Muggle Studies, and that is to read a contemporary. And I chose A Very Large Expanse of Sea. This again, the German copy by Tahira Mafi. This also a book I got from the library, and I'm really excited that I found it there because I had this on my wishlist for a very long time, but you know, I'm not a contemporary reader, so it gets pushed back a lot. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what this is about. Usually I put books on my wishlist and then I never look at them until I feel like buying them, so I can't really tell you what it's about, but it seems to be about a Muslim girl, and that is all I want to know because that's something I'm interested in. So let's read this. And then for potions, you should read a book under 150 pages. Again, I had quite a bit of a struggle with that, but then I found this. This is The Iron Age by Aria Kayamo? I don't know. So this is a tiny, tiny book. I got this in a moth box back when they still existed. So I don't know anything about this except that it is set in Finland and it's probably very dark and very like tragic. It doesn't look like a very happy book, but as it is so short, I think this is a great addition to my TBR. And it is not even 100 pages if I remember correctly. Oh, it's like 115 pages, so that's perfect. And then the last challenge is for Transfiguration, read a book with shape-shifting. And I have to be honest, I don't have a book for that yet, but I have multiple options. Now, first option is the books I'm currently reading, which is Winter of the Witch and the One of Mist, the second book in the Morgan Crow series. This is the third book in the Winter Night trilogy. And if I don't finish these before the beginning of April, I'm gonna count one of those, just because I don't have any other books with shapeshifting. Now, Wondersmith I saw on the recommendations list, but I don't quite know what it refers to. I don't think I have met a shapeshifter in here yet, but maybe I'm just not thinking through it. Like, I started this a while ago and then I stopped because I'm buddy reading it, and now I seem to forget a lot of what has happened already. So yeah, I don't know about that. But with Winter of the Witch, there is definitely some shapeshifting, because there is horses that are actually birds, but they're horses. So yeah, they're definitely kind of shapeshifters. So that would count definitely, but honestly I don't want to wait until the end of the month to read this, so probably that won't happen. Then another strategy that I have is I've always been wanting to translate one of the Metamorphoses by Ovid, because I had Latin in school, and I was also teaching Latin for a very long time, but now for a couple of months I have not, done anything with Latin. So I've been meaning to translate something, and so I could use one of the Metamorphoses, because obviously they're about shapeshifting, and I would count that. Or my last option is, I've been really interested in this duology. The first book is called Wolf by Wolf, and this also has to do something with the Second World War, but it's a reimagining where the Nazis actually won the Second World War, and this is about a shapeshifter girl who's trying to kill Hitler, I believe. So maybe I will order that book and read that one. So that's all the options, but I will not order the book before I'm not through all of the other ones, or very likely to get through all of those in April, because, I don't want to have an additional book on my TBR that I wasn't even planning on reading. So these are my options for the last one. Let me know what you're planning on reading. Maybe you have a great recommendation for the last prompt that I haven't even considered yet. But apart from that, I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm so excited to read all of these books, and I feel like the mixture is so good that I might actually be able to finish all of these. Also, we're, self-isolating. So this always seems to give you more time to read. I don't know if that's actually true, because I don't know. Right now my reading isn't going so well. But I'm excited, and I hope you found something to be excited about too. Maybe it's this readathon, maybe it's something completely different. It doesn't matter. Just, try to look for things that make you happy, and stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!